So guys, we are going to calculate, like we need to calculate as a business owner. We need to calculate. That is one with my book and my biro. There are certain things that you need to consider before adding price to your product. So I'm going to talk about two major things that you need to consider before adding price to your product. So the first thing you need to consider before adding price to your product is cost of the production. How much did you spend to produce this book? How much did you spend to produce this biro? How much did you spend to produce your product? We need to write out things that you spent to produce that particular product. Let's say, for instance, you're a baker and you bake cake. You spent 20,000 naira to bake 2 inches cake plus the icing. So you need to write out what and what you bought and how much you spent for that production. 6 cups of flour, 300. I'm not sure whether a cup of flour is 300, but let's use 300. So six cups of flour, 6 times 300 will give you 1,800. So these are the things that you spent. Let's sum everything. Let's punch our calculator. 1,800 plus 2,000 plus 1,400 plus 3,000 plus 1,000. So everything is 9,200. 9,200 for the cake. So let's go to icing. How much did you spend for the icing? 1.5 cup of corn flour. I'm not sure whether the name is correct, but I think I have 2,000 CMC, 3,000 3,000. So this same thing, you need to mix all together. Cook it, I need to boil it together. Then how inside your corn flour. Mix it very well. So everything here is 3,000 plus 3,000, 6,000 plus 2,000, 6,000, 8,000, 9,200 plus 8,000. 17,200 for the cake plus your transportation. 17,200 plus 1,000 naira for your transportation. That's 18,200. Sum it up to 19,000 naira. So you spent 19,000 naira to bake a cake, 2 inches cake. These are the cost of your production. Another example is you're an importer and you import phone accessory from China to Nigeria. So you bought something worth of 500,000 naira in China. I need to ship it to Nigeria. Your shipping fee should be around 20,000 naira, depending on the kg. So once the thing land in Nigeria, you need to clear your goods. Let's say you spent 10,000 naira to clear your goods. So 35,000 naira is for transportation from China to Nigeria, from Nigeria to your state, your clearing fee. So 500,000 plus 35,000. That is 535,000 naira. These are the cost of your production from China to Nigeria. These are the things that you spent for your product. Another thing you need to consider before adding price to your product is worth of the goods. You have calculated how much you spent to bake this cake. You spent 18,000 naira to bake the cake and you want to add price to it. You want to add your own gain. How much should I add to this product? Should I add 10,000 naira, making it 28,000 naira and sell the cake? Should I add it 15,000 naira or should I add it 20,000 naira? These are the things that you need to consider. And once you're adding price, consider the quality of the product. Does this amount that I'm adding to the product worth it? You need to add a realistic and reasonable amount to that product. So this is all I have for you guys. If you find this video helpful, don't forget to leave the comments below, like, comment, share, and turn on your post notification bell.